Okay, chapter 13. Stuff like this happens every day. What was that weird hissing sound? Hey, I whispered to Ryan, who was in the sleeping bag next to mine. Stop that hissing. I'm not hissing, he said. You are too. I am not. We went back and forth like that for a while, until suddenly there was an ear-piercing shriek. Ah! There's something in my sleeping bag, screamed Emily. Instantly, everybody was awake and jumping out of their sleeping bags. Emily started running around, freaking out. What is it? Andrea asked. Maybe it's a blue-tongued skink, I suggested. It's a bug, she shrieked. It must be that rare hissing cockroach thing from Madagascar, screamed Andrea. It's General Muffin, Michael yelled. Ryan's mom and Mr. Mackey and the rest of the grown-ups tried to calm everybody down, but it was no use. Nobody wanted that cockroach to touch them. We were all screaming and jumping around, and finally Ms. Krup came running over. What is the matter? She yelled. That disgusting cockroach was in Emily's sleeping bag. Now we can't find it. I thought you said you captured it, Andrea yelled. I just said General Muffin was in a safe place, she explained. I didn't want you kids to be scared. Well, we're scared now, said Andrea. Oh, poor General Muffin, said Mrs. Krup. Who cares about General Muffin? It's a cockroach. Man, that was a first. Andrea actually yelled at a grown-up. There it is, said Michael. There's the cockroach. Where? There! Emily, it's crawling on your back, said Andrea. Ah! She screamed. Let's kill it, the boys yelled, and we all started chasing Emily. Don't kill General Muffin. He's very rare, said Ms. Krup. Emily was running around like her pants were on fire, and me and all the other boys were chasing her. That's when the most amazing thing in the history of the world happened. Do you remember that giant bear that was next to the Giganosaurus? Well, while we were chasing Emily around, Neil, the new kid, he ran into it. Watch out! Ryan's mom yelled. The giant bear started to topple over, and do you know where it landed? Right on top of Emily. It was hilarious. A real Kodak moment. You should have been there. Ah! Emily screamed again, freaking out, lying on the floor. There's a dead-eyed bear on me. Get it off! Get it off! Get it off! Sheesh, what a crybaby. So there's a giant hissing cockroach in her sleeping bag, and a dead bear fell on top of her. Big deal. Stuff like that happens all the time. Finally, Mr. Mackey and Mr. Docker were able to pull the bear off Emily. Ms. Krup caught General Muffin with a net and put him in a cage. After all the excitement was over, the grown-ups brought us into a room for breakfast. They gave us cow chips and scrambled dinosaur eggs, but I don't think they were real. We were still eating when Ms. Krup came running into the room. Hey, who ate all the candy that was next to the candy machines? She asked. I looked at Michael. Michael looked at Andrea. Andrea looked at Emily. Emily looked at me. It must have been General Muffin, I lied. Yeah, you told us he likes candy, said Michael. We probably shouldn't have lied about General Muffin eating the candy, but Ms. Krup shouldn't have lied to us about capturing General Muffin. Lying isn't a very nice thing to do, but I guess sometimes even grown-ups do it. The museum will open in 5 minutes, the announcer said. It was time for us to leave. We rolled up our sleeping bags. Ryan's mom said we could look in the gift shop for a few minutes until Mrs. Cornwall arrived with the bus. Andrea felt bad about what happened to Emily, so she bought her a glow-in-the-dark dinosaur bone toothbrush. Neil, the nude kid, bought a box of fake moose poop that was really just chocolate. As we were leaving the museum, Ms. Krupp gave each of us a diploma that said we were junior nature lovers. All in all, the Natural History Museum was almost not boring. Can we come back next week? I asked, as we lined up at the door. Now that you are official junior nature lovers, you, don't have to ever come back. Bingo-boo, Miss Cornwell said as we piled on the bus to go home. What did you learn about? Poop, I told her. Well, that's pretty much what happened. Maybe Ms. Krup will never find out that we ate all that candy. Maybe General Muffin will stay in his cage. Maybe someday Emily will forget that a giant hissing cockroach crawled in her sleeping bag and a giant dead bear fell on her. Maybe Mr. Docker and Mr. Mackey will cut their nose hair so they stop snoring. Maybe Ms. Krup will stop dressing up like a wild yak and get interested in something besides poop. And maybe we'll be able to talk Mrs. Daisy into taking us on another field trip. But it won't be easy. And that is the end of that series, my friends. So tomorrow I will start book 1 of the next series, My Weirder School. And I believe that one's called Mrs. Child is Wild. So I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. I love you and I miss you. And hopefully see you soon. Bye.